Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Sky Cruz. Today I'm going to be talking about depression and how it can sneak up on people. And why, it's a fitness channel. I like talking about MMA, calisthenics, bodybuilding, nutrition. But the truth is, depression sneaks up on everybody. And a lot of the times it has to do with your perception of your reality, right? So people are like, oh, well, you're depressed, go to the gym. That's definitely going to help. Having a good body image, good mental image of how you look, how you feel is it definitely plays a part. But the main thing about depression and sadness and anxiety is that it's your body's way of telling you that there is something that you're not doing, that's anxiety, that you've been postponing, that you haven't taken action on. And depression comes from your body telling you that it's no longer okay being who you are. It's done playing that role. It is tired of being this character, this avatar, right? And I think Jim Carrey, quoted that. But the idea is, let's say you're rich, you're, successful, and you have all these positive things going for you, and all of a sudden you have this terrible disease that is no longer going to allow you to do what you love. And all of a sudden, right, you were this character and now you're not in that case. Or in some other cases, you have all these dreams and wishes of, I want to go to the gym. I want to have a six-pack. I want to be healthy. I want to be successful. I want to have money. I want to start that business I never started. You have all this external idea of what could be, and your body starts to tell you, well, you're not that. You're this. And so there's this conflict from where you want to be and where you are, or where you used to be and where you are. And so depression, for most people, they see it as a negative thing. But really, the best way to see it is something's going on with you where you're not where you want to be. You're not where you want to be. And people say, oh, you got to enjoy the process. Well, that's already when you're taking action. Most of the time, we don't even know why we're sad, why we're depressed. We don't really internalize it. We don't really think about it. And so we just feel it, and the feeling is overwhelming, but we don't understand the root cause of the feeling. It's the fact that you are not where you think you should be. Now, what is the fastest way to beat this? Action. 100% is action. And it is not contingent on someone else. Let's say you're in a bad relationship and you're depressed. Well, you know what you should do. Depression is literally giving you the signal. Every time I'm around this person, I'm anxious, I'm sad. You know what you need to do. You need to talk to them about it. You need to act on it. You need to, if it's really bad, an abusive relationship, you need to leave, right? And depression or anxiety is just the body's way of telling you this is not okay, right? You're depressed, you eat ice cream, right? To try to feel better. But then you feel even worse. Why? Because your body is telling you, hey, what we really needed to do is go to the fucking gym. What we really needed to do is not eat a tub of ice cream, eat healthy. And so this cognitive dissonance is what causes depression. The fact that you're not living up to your full potential, and you know it. And your body knows it, and it lets you know. It makes you feel horrible in the hopes that you will change, in the hopes that you will do something about it, right? And anxiety, on the other hand, is you already know what you should be doing. You already have an awareness of what you should be doing, but you don't take action. So depression is your body's way of telling you, hey, this character is not cool. We were not meant to live this life. We need to change. And anxiety is knowing the things you need to do change, and you don't do it. And so we need to be 100% accountable. Today I woke up and I was having an off morning. You know, I was feeling slow. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to exercise. I didn't want to do anything. And I started getting this looming cloud, dark feeling. And I was like, you know what? What is going on? Why am I feeling like this? You know, and then I thought maybe someone's making me feel this way. But that's not how it works. That's, you know, Viktor Frankl is the epitome of this. Someone who was in a concentration camp and survived through sheer will. And the truth is, you have to dig deep of what makes you you. What makes you special in this world? What is your purpose? What is your why? And your why can be someone else in the short term, but more than anything, your why needs to be a message. It needs to be a legacy. It needs to be something so big that it transcends your lifetime. It needs to be something that will change the world, that will make people remember you even when you're gone. You know, I see, you know, I used to read meditations and, you know, Plato's essays and things like that, and you realize that these people were really onto something, because they realized that life is short, and what we do in life echoes through eternity, you know, quoting the Gladiator, right? It really does. And when you're not trying to live up to that expectation, or at least, I mean, I'm not saying that everybody in this planet is gonna be Marcus Aurelius, but we know, our body tells us when we are not living to our own expectations. Our body tells us. And so if your body is telling you, hey, I'm done being this person, we could be so much more, and then you start feeling anxiety because of it, because you're not taking action, you know what to do. Write it down on a piece of paper. You know, David Goggins, he wanted to be a Navy SEAL. He was the least likely person to be a Navy SEAL. He was a black, fat person. Like, negative buoyancy, afraid of the water, abusive family, you know? And you only get through depression through sheer action, will, having a strong why. What if? What if I can be that guy who becomes the first millionaire in my family? What if I can be the first person to have a six-pack in my family? What if I can change the laws in my country to make a difference in a certain area? What if I can be that person who inspires others to be better? While still being imperfect, I try and strive to be a better person. And I'm trying to document this process so people can see that anybody can do it. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. Just a person in front of a camera, just like anybody. And I work out just like anybody can. I don't have a fancy home gym. I don't have millions of dollars to spend on equipment. I'm just like you. But I have a dream, I have a purpose, I'm trying, I wake up every day and I do things even though I don't feel like them. And the moment sadness sneaks up on me, I know that it is because there's something that I could be doing and I'm not living up to my true self, to my true potential. And I hope this video helps you. I hope it gives you a little bit of light on how I see my perspective on depression, anxiety, because it can happen to anybody, but it is within our control to do something about it, to change it. So I hope you like this video. It's a little different. The mind is very powerful, and what we consume, what we tell ourselves, and what we don't do all take parts on what makes us feel good or bad. So take action. If you're feeling depressed, it's because you're not being the person who you want to be. So start today, take action, and live your life to the fullest potential that you can. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care, and I wish you all the best. Cheers.